You could tell this Raptor squad really misses Pascal Siakam. I mean, it has been a tough scene recently. Yes, you beat DeMar DeRozan at Scotiabank Arena. Obviously no Zach LaVine, but no Pascal, so kind of washed itself out. Then you went to Chicago and laid a defensive egg and got killed by Zach LaVine. Because when you doubled DeRozan and they kicked Zach LaVine, well, there's no one to guard him, so it's a disaster. You know, and then after that game, you come back home to face the Houston Rockets, but let's be real, that Houston Rockets team is not very good. And you win by 7, you barely squeaked by, you were down by quite a bit at one point in that game. So you find a way to win, but it wasn't pretty at all. And then we know, okay, they hit the road to take on Oklahoma City, they got Indiana tomorrow, I know the history with Detroit, but you got Detroit coming up. You have some winnable games here, right? Against some lesser opponents without Pascal, maybe you can squeak away these wins. Well, not tonight. Game's not over yet. It's about a minute to play in the game. Raptors are down by 18. It was by 32 at one point. So, yeah, you can take it for what it is. Bottom line, the Raptors did not play well at all. In really any aspect of the game, they didn't make shots. Yeah, they scored 109, but let's be honest. How many scored that? Yeah, so the top quarter, 32 points. In the second quarter, 24, 29, and so far, 24. It's not good enough. But then the defensive end, when you're allowing, okay, right now it's what? Right now it's 129. 129 to a team that averages 117. A team that, other than Shai and maybe Lou Dort, yeah, you can throw Josh Giddey in there. He had a pretty good night as well. Other than that, the team's not great. They had lost 4 consecutive games going into this game. They don't have the fans there. There's not many people there. The Raptors should go out there and run these guys out of town. But obviously that didn't happen. Right now, okay, 132 we're at now. On the defensive side of the ball, it was just flat out painful. Every time they're driving down the floor and that one help defender comes over at the rim, which I get. Problem is, no one switches to the guy that he was on. So that guy just runs right down the lane, gets the pass, and then up he goes for it, and there's an easy 2. Also doesn't help that they were drilling shots as well. They shot, at least as of right now, with 15 seconds to go in the game, they're shooting 56% from the field and 42% from 3. We talked about it in that Houston Rockets game. What did they shoot in that game as well? They shot 44%, so they didn't shoot great. But that the Bulls game, right, where the defense was not there, it was ugly. They shot 52% from the field. The Raptors pride themselves on defense. They pride themselves on getting into the passing lanes, turning guys over, and all that stuff. Well, the problem is, OKC is a team that doesn't really turn the ball over very much. They're not a turnover-prone team. There it is, final. 132-113. You lose by 19 on the road in OKC. Do they miss Pascal that much? Like, yes, Pascal, the numbers he was putting up was just unheard of, right? It's MVP numbers he was putting up. But I didn't think this Raptor team would look so disoriented when he didn't come out to play. They look lost, especially in the defensive end. There was really no defensive intensity whatsoever. And when you you allowed 70 points at the half. What else are you going to say? And then you're thinking, okay, well, you're only down 14 at the break, right? Come out in the second half with a different sort of, defensive intensity. Maybe kind of make that crawl back, get into single digits heading into the fourth. No, you'll have 36 more in the third quarter. It's like, what are you going to do? It's awful. It's flat out painful, man. Now, I can run through the stats real quick. I got my phone here now instead of my normal notes. Again, Raptors shot 43% from the field, 37% from 3. Don't look at those numbers, especially the 3-point percentage. Because literally 2 minutes ago, I checked and they were at 9 threes. So yeah, it was around that 32, 33% mark for the game. Maybe even less than that. They might have made a couple of those threes later, even earlier in the fourth quarter when it didn't mean anything. They were awful shooting the 3. They shot 43% from the field, 72% from the line. They missed 10 free throws. 10. You just can't do that. Whereas on the other side, they ended up shooting 56% from the field. They had 5 more field goal attempts than the Raptors. That's where you're in a bad spot when the Raptors are taking less shots than the other team. They shot 42% from three. They made 15 threes, made 4 more threes than the Raptors. And they were 76% from the line. The Raptors had almost like triple their free throw attempts, yet you still lost by almost 20. You had double the makes, and you lost by 19. That just can't happen. On the road against a non-competitive team, I can't say non-competitive, but non-playoff team in the Oklahoma City Thunder. And what are the numbers that jump out? Well, rebounding, they were +5. We lost the offensive boards category. We allowed 15 offensive rebounds. Like, you allowed 15 offensive boards. That's Raptor basketball. Well, they beat you at your own game. What else we got here? Turnovers, Raptors turned the ball over 16 times. They turned them over 19 times, which was great. Proud of the guys for that. Actually, you lost the offensive boards category, yet you won the second chance points by 15. That's a weird stat. That is a very odd stat. But you lost the fast break, 17-8. Off of the, where is it here? Off of their 19 turnovers, you were plus 14, 27-13 off of points off of turnovers. You did a job there. You did a job in your second chance points. Problem is, you didn't make enough shots, and you didn't play defense. Your 5-on-5 defense just sucked. And at one point, the biggest lead for the Raptors, 2. They never played well. Biggest lead for OKC, 32. Raptors did not play well at all tonight. At all. You want to know the best plus-minus player in the game for the Toronto Raptors? It was Christian Koloko when he was even. And you know why that's the case? Because in garbage time. They were down by 32 at one point. Usually, I try to find a video and I clip it in and I try and make it look good. Honestly, there's nothing to clip from this game. There's nothing. There's nothing positive to come away with from a game like this. Like, let me read to you guys the top scorer for the Raptors today. Chris Boucher. He had 20 and 12. He took 9 shots. He was 8 of 10 from the free throw line. Missed the 2 threes, had 2 steals and a denial in the game, and he was a -7. Chris Boucher played well. Fred VanVleet had 15. OG had 13. Gary had 12. Scotty had 15. They shot okay. But the reason they didn't play very much, I think, who was the top minutes guy? Boucher and OG played 31 minutes. Those are your leading scores. Or those are your leading minutes. It tells you that the game was basically over. And Nick Nurse just didn't want to run these guys in the ground. He could see that the intensity was not there. And he's like, we got to scrap this one. You had a game tomorrow against Indiana. You cannot try and mount some crazy comeback. And obviously that didn't happen. I'm not going to be talking much more about this, guys. Look, you play tomorrow in Indiana against the Pacers. That team is 5-6. They've lost one. Look, let's be honest here. They're not a very good team. They're not a very good team. So the Raptors, in hindsight, should go into Indiana and win that basketball game. And for God's sakes, they need it after the way they performed tonight. You start this 3-game road trip against these teams that you should beat, and you start with that kind of performance? Nick Nurse ain't going to let that fly. And for the Toronto Raptors, the intensity on the defensive end, I don't even mean turning the ball over. Because you did that tonight. You turned them over 19 times. You got the second chance points. You got the points off of turnovers. You did a good job there. In the fast break, you were nowhere to be found at 17-8. You lost that. But in the end, you didn't make your free throws. You didn't shoot the 3 well. You didn't shoot from the field. And you didn't defend. Like, that's a recipe for a disaster, and it was a disaster tonight. So you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. You enjoyed the video, not the game, because what can you like from a game like this when you allow 70 points in the first half, and you allow, 106 through 3? What can you like from a game like that? You just can't. But smack the like button anyways. If you like the video, hit the subscribe button. You guys not already, comment down below. Thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Raptors? The Discord link is down below, so if you want to vent about this loss, go check it out. Discord link in the description. Twitter link is down below, so follow up, send me that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys. Both teams play tomorrow. The Leafs are back in action tomorrow as they host the Vancouver Canucks, looking to bounce back after tonight's tough loss to the Penguins. And as for the Raptors, they're back in action tomorrow as they're in Indiana, taking on the Pacers, needing a bounce-back performance after that abysmal game tonight. 7 o'clock tip-off there. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I mean not in the game today. We'll talk to you guys then.